Hey Slayers, and welcome to a terribly cropped video, and that's because I messed up during the editing. But today's video is going to be about Labyrinth Zone versus Marble Zone for what is the worst stage, what is the definitive worst stage in Sonic 1. So this is a new series I'm starting called What is Worse, where I either look at two games on two different systems, two games on one system, or just two different levels in two games. And I thought it was appropriate to start off with the biggest thing probably on my channel, since I looked it up on YouTube and a lot of people search for Sega Slayer Marble Zone because I talk about how much I hate it so much, and then a lot of people hate on Labyrinth Zone. So right off the bat, I'm going to tell you what I personally believe. If you're so I'm not one of those clickbait YouTubers and make you wait to the end to hear the answer. Right off the bat, I'm going to tell you what I think, and then I'm going to tell you why I think that. So first off, I'm going to go right off the bat and say I still think Marble Zone is worse. And the reason is, as you can see from my playthrough, but the reason is, okay, they're both two slow stages, right? They're both two slow stages with their own set of problems. But in the end, to me, Labyrinth Zone, the Labyrinth Zone came out being the longest playthrough I've played. So, well, I mean, came out being the longer stage to record, as you can see. Thanks for the 10-minute mark. It's not like I'm going to make any ad revenue off this video anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But, Marble Zone has something that Labyrinth Zone doesn't, okay? And that is a lot more annoying and frustrating parts. Like with Labyrinth Zone, the pretty much only problem it has is that the stage is slow and that you can drown in certain spots. Marble Zone, on the other hand, has so many more problems. And when I say a lot of problems, I mean, first off, there's this part right here, right? And this part gets on my nerves because somehow you're expected to make that jump on mobile, even though I'm on a controller, so I really don't have any excuses to why I didn't make the jump. But then you have things like that. How is someone supposed to know that's there? If you haven't played this game for the first time, how are you supposed to know that that's there? Then there's just straight up unfair enemy placement, lava balls that come out of the lava. Like, what are those stupid caterpillar things? Oh, see, look. And then the thing is, once you kill them, they still continue to come after you. This stage is so terrible and so annoying, like, to the point I hate this stage so much. You know that. You know I despise this stage. But that's enough from this stage. We're going to go ahead and just start talking about Labyrinth Zone since it's the bulk of this video. Like I said, if you came here to know which one I technically think is worse, Marble Zone is your answer for the worst stage out of the two. But let's get into Labyrinth Zone. So Labyrinth Zone, what's the problem with this stage? Man, how am I going to fill 13 minutes of talking about it? Well, first off, let's talk enemies placement, okay? This actually, to be honest, no, now that I think about it, they kind of suffer from the same things, but in different ways. Like, Labyrinth Zone is just so annoying for the fact that you can drown in so many places. It's so slow. Like, Labyrinth Zone to me still is slower than Marble Zone. Like, Marble Zone is a slow stage, and the sad part is, Labyrinth Zone was gonna be the second stage at one point. Thank you, Yuji Naka, for changing that, because man, I couldn't have played this game if Labyrinth Zone was actually the main zone for the second stage. Like, I wouldn't have made it past this stage at all. Like, honestly. So they each have 3 acts, you know, and the Labyrinth Zone just doesn't seem to get. The thing is, right, if there's this thing I've noticed about Sonic 1 that I don't know if you noticed about any other Sonic games. It seems to me, and this is just a personal thing that I believe happens, but it seems to me the stage is actually slow. I mean, Sonic's amount of time he can go without grabbing a bubble seems smaller in this game compared to other games, which, why wouldn't it? It's the first game. But I don't know, just to me it seemed, and I could be completely wrong, it could be just about the same amount of time as it is in Sonic 2, Sonic 3, and any other Sonic game. But to me it seems like this is longer out of the 3, out of all the classic games, including Knuckles Chaotix, because it is a classic game. I don't care what anyone says. Knuckles Chaotix is a classic game. I'll make a video about that at some point. So I get to the spike right here, right? And I make it by the first time pretty easily, right? But for like a newer player who's never played this stage before, like, that sucker's gonna get you. It's completely unfair. And watch this. So I see the spike, right? And I'm thinking you can crouch under it, but I never touched the spike. Did you see that? Did you see that? Because I never touched that spike. I never touched the spike. Like, it got so annoying to the point I had to use save states in this, and it might have just been because I was just playing stupid and I paused the game for a couple seconds here. Unpause the game, second slayer. Okay, but it might have just been because I was being stupid and I'm playing badly, because I can usually get through the stage faster, and that's why I believe that Marble Zone is still the worst out of the two, just because of the things. But like, things here in the Labyrinth Zone are pretty unavoidable. But if I'm going off who's the slowest stage, I think the slowest stage still goes to Marble Zone. But like, some of the enemy placement here can be unfair, and I can understand people's. For some reason, I thought right here, I thought there for some reason that there was something over the spikes, but I didn't see. I got hit by the spikes there, and that was pretty unavoidable. Because the thing is, right? The thing is, this stage also again wouldn't be so bad if Yuji Naka didn't decide to code in, oh, Sonic needs to have slower speed underwater because that's real life physics, and this isn't a video game. This is real life. No, this is see. You can tell here. I just decided to use save states. I was like, I give up. I use save states because I was like, and dude, while I'm looking at this, I'm like, the resolution is terrible, and like I said, I'm sorry. What actually ended up happening was I was an idiot and I recorded this video like in a weird way, so I ended up I had to go back in editing and fix it up and crop it and things like that, and so the video quality is a lot smaller than what you're seeing here, but I had to crop it, and so it looks a lot blurrier and just ungood. Like, so I'm sorry for that. I'm just looking at it, it's really starting to annoy me. But like, another thing, like I said, the spikes here, right, they're completely unfair, and I feel Labyrinth, it just adds on to that notion just by giving you less rings. Like, honestly, there was spots here, right, where I could barely find rings, and I'm like, this is so annoying. Like, why is there only a little bit of rings? Those fish dudes, they're pretty easy. But I still feel the enemies in like Labyrinth. Like, I'm gonna show you an example here in a bit of unfair enemy placement, and when we get to that point, I'll tell you what it is. But while I do feel there is a lot of unfair enemy placement here in Labyrinth 2, there's also, to me, a lot more in Marble Zone than any other stage. Like, all the Sonic stages, I see right there. Like, see how they put that button in that unfair place? How are you supposed to get to that button without getting hit the first time? Like, honestly, like, you're almost guaranteed to get hit the first time. And for some reason, I decided to save right here because it was a smarter move for me to make. But still, how are you supposed to know that spike was there the first time around? You're not going to know that. Which, I mean, like I said, no fault to the video game for that. You have to learn these things. But even then, even later on, after you beat this game the first time, it doesn't really improve because I still get hit by it. I've been playing Sonic 2 for 17 years. I'm at Sonic 1 for 17 years. And I still get hit by the dumbest things of all time. Like, you think I'd be used to that right there. But nope. I still got hit by it because the unfair enemy and just like level traps in general. And don't even get me started on Act 3. Like, I never understood why they put two things of bubbles right here, but that should just go to show you right there how like suck the level Sonic's breathing time here. And look right here, another unfair section. How this is so unfair. Like, this is so hard to make it through. It's unfair. And maybe I took the bottom path. I can't really remember. I always usually take this same path, and it's probably the bottom path, and I'm sure it is the bottom path. But even then, dude, this is just completely unfair. Like, honestly. Also, you can see I couldn't catch the water here. If you're fast enough, you can get up there before the water actually comes. I couldn't get up there in time, but it doesn't really matter as I still die right here anyway. The coral is always... I always thought that coral was nice, but yeah, you're about to see what I mean by unfair enemy placement, right? Right here. So I get, oh wait, is it this part? Yeah, so I get to this part, right? And this dude is just right here, and he just immediately clashes your spikes. But the problem is you need to get up there where he is, and he throws a good 4 spikes. So if you get hit by his spikes, you're pretty much screwed. And the thing is, depending on which version of Sonic 1 you're playing, if you're playing the original 1.0 version, there is the glitch, the infamous spike glitch. So when he hits you, you can go back and you can fly on those spikes, and you're just screwed. Like, there's nothing you can do. So I recommend, if you're playing this on the 1.0 version and you haven't ever played Sonic 1 before, you memorize where he is, because I'm telling you, also I thought you were supposed to go up here for some reason, even though I came from up here. I wasn't thinking, but I recommend you memorize this video and you memorize where he is, because if not, I guarantee you he will screw you every time you come there. Like, even then, he got me, and I've been playing this game for so long, he got me still. So I'm telling you, memorize where he is, make sure you jump and avoid his spikes as fast as possible. I decided to save right here, which in retrospective almost wasn't a good move, considering I almost drowned right here. But see, I actually got lucky and the water came down. But if the water doesn't come down, that's not really that's not really a good place to save. Like, honestly, I had to wait for the water to come back up. But if you don't, and I'm pretty sure he gets me again right here. I'm pretty sure he gets me again. I'm not sure, but I'm almost sure he gets me again, and I'm probably save stating again just to be safe, because while I can get through Labyrinth no problem, it's just annoying. And since this wasn't like an actual playthrough, does he get me again? Oh no, he almost gets me again. But see, once you memorize that he's right there, you can pretty much almost jump and dodge him every time. Another thing that's not fair is, you didn't see this in recording, but these lion dudes, I recorded this multiple times, and they got me a few times. That was another example of unfair enemy placement. Sure, you could see the drills, you could see their drills sticking out, but that doesn't change the fact. See, that doesn't change the fact that you will almost always get hit by those things, and there's nothing you can really do about it. And I don't know, I was standing, oh, I needed a bubble. And then there's the spike things right here, another kind of unfair thing. And the thing is, these wouldn't be so bad, right, if you could stand, and somehow I died. If you could stand like on the side of those, oh, I see why I was standing there. I save stated, and I got hit again. See, I've played this stage so many times. You just saw me play it, and I remembered he was there. He still got me because of unfair enemy placement. And that's the problem I really think people have with Labyrinth Zone, is that there is a lot of the stage is while slow and painful, it's a lot of unfair enemy placement, but I think it just works in different ways than in Marble. And I think Marble, in my opinion, over the 3 acts, has a lot more unfair enemy placement than this one. But anyway, that's my thoughts on Labyrinth Zone versus Marble Zone. Marble Zone is still the worst zone, and if you want me to do a game that's on a second console or anything for worse is worse, let me know down in the comments, and until next time, see